What's going on, fellow humans and resellers? It is I, James, and Miss Courtney. Little tail. Her stomach is making noises. Let me know if you need me to open the door. Readoptionagency.com, 21 years selling on eBay. I don't know what's got her stomach so upset. I don't know if she ate something weird outside, got a hold of another little rodent or something, or what. Because I didn't change the food, so I'm not sure. All right, what's going on, everybody? We are Tuesday morning, and at 10 a.m. So I had to come to an agreement with my post office. We can't have you pulling up here anymore. We've got employees that need to get out. I'm like, I'm here for less than a minute. But it's not just you, it's everybody. Going to end up causing problems. I'm like, I've been doing this for 21 years. There's never been a problem. I'm like, I'm here for less than a minute. I pull in. I'm like, on Mondays, I can't push that big old cart up that ramp. My back's going to kill me to do that. And then she started questioning herself. So when you throw in that little, I guess, kind of physical handicap, if you will, that kind of shut her down a little bit. And I'm like, what if I come a little later when everybody's already gone and there might be one person left? She goes, I usually have them out of here by 10:30 or 11. So if you come later, you can pull up here, no problem. I'm like, that's what I'll do. I'll start coming at about 11 o'clock then. So the last 2 days I've been going at 11 and just pulling right up, and because carrying stuff's not for my back. And I'm trying to avoid the whole fusion thing. So for at least as long as I can. If you don't know, I had herniated discs in like 2010, suffered with them through 2011. 2012, it got to the point where it was pain 24/7, literally all day. And I literally could not take the pain no more. I didn't care if I died in surgery. I just needed the pain gone. It was so bad and overwhelming. So they cut the discs in 2012, said it would last about 6 years. And here we are 11 years later, and I just baby it to make sure I don't have to go in for a fusion. So, but carrying things is the biggest thing, because it's really easy to lift with your back and stuff as opposed to your legs and that. So, and that's why I've been working on strengthening my core for the last couple of years. With, like, when I brush my teeth, I'll just sit here and do like leg lifts and stuff. Just something simple like that's grown my core actually stronger than it's ever been in my life, even when I was young riding bikes. So I'm not jeopardizing it for postal totes. So I will find a way to make it work, and I'm glad I did, because I'm not carrying postal totes up those stairs, and then on Mondays having to push that big old heavy cart filled up that ramp. So ain't gonna happen. All right, so left some of last night's pulling, didn't pull late last night, just to have some substance today, just in case. So we're going to get into the numbers now. So yesterday I figured it was going to be a down day, because we had like down, up, down, up, down. I'm hoping today is going to be up, but it's not starting out that way. But yesterday I got to $547, so at least I made it into 500s. So at least bills will be paid. So that's a plus. I think the thing that bothers me now, even though I'm going to look at it totally different today, the thing that bothers me now is, after all the work I put into building my eBay store, 49,000 items, and how fast I've grown it over, say, the last year, putting in all that extra work, but yet my sales have, almost gone down 50% on some days. So it's not conducive to a positive mind frame when you don't have control over what's causing the problem. So it's got to look at it like, okay, how long am I going to put up with this before I do something, right? Whether that something is really put effort into cross-listing. Just start lotting stuff up and use the summer to go out and source better items. Change up the whole game plan, basically. So it's either change up the whole game plan, wait it out. I'm kind of leaning on the side of waiting it out a little bit longer, maybe at least through the summer. As long as my bills are being paid. When I have those under 400, those $400 days, under 500, those are when I'm not happy because then bills aren't being paid. Then debt's starting to back up a little. So don't want that. I've worked too long and too hard to start going backwards. So $547 yesterday. Sold only 44 items. And it looked like the organic, well actually both technically. Still the decent split, 72-27 type of split, 73-27. 32 promoted, only 12 organic. Where the day before was 43 promoted, 21 organic. And then the other big day was 49 promoted, 30 organic. So the organic, both of them were down, but organic was down where I don't like seeing it. I've noticed my impressions have gone up about 150,000, but yet still on these certain days, everything's dropping. So I'm not sure. So this morning we are at 10:05 right now. I've only got 7 items. It looked like there was a shutdown between about 12 and 6 my time. So that would have been 10 and 4 California time. The thing that's showing here is like my top impressions by placement, my top 20 impressions are down. Actually, all my impressions are down 20% basically. So I'm not sure why the impressions are down, but yet my numbers showing that I'm up like 150,000. But that was just for the day and not the... Oh, that is... No, that's for a month. Okay. So for the month. So that makes sense with all the issues. Let me see if I can narrow that down to the past few days and see if the impressions are up or down. Let's do 14th through yesterday. Yep, still down 20%. So that's weird that it's showing down 20%, but yet the last 2 days I'm showing they've been up. So let me do 15th to 16th. Still showing down 20%. But yet my total impressions number is showing up. The organic is way up. The promoted is only up a little. So my organic impressions are flying high, but my promoted is down to barely up. So what is that telling me? Being I'm promoting at 15%. I'm not promoting any more than that because I noticed when I go 20 plus, my sales drop even more. So what am I supposed to do? It's not making... I don't know, it's really not making sense. So, but, I like to be at 150 to 250 when everything's working right. I'm well beyond that. At 10 a.m., I'm at $74. So, another day starting off way behind, down 10.7% compared to last month, which I was down. So we just keep going down that downward spiral. Let's see. The down detector is always pinging now. Like it's always looking like there's issues with the site. Indicate possible problems. 16 reports, 19 reports. The baseline is 3 reports. So 16 and 19 reports of problems this morning at 9:37. So, and people on there complaining too. Been doing this 16 years. Never seen it this bad. Blackouts, no sales. So it's just not making sense. But we kind of know what's going on with the whole. Somebody brought up a point yesterday, which kind of made sense, that if they redid all the servers, and he was coming from like a knowledge standpoint, they redid all the servers, they're redoing all the software. Now it's just a factor of getting them all to mesh together type of thing. And that's the way I kind of took his statement, which would make sense. And that's why you see a lot of errors too. So, but if you saw my little short video last night of the new errors or the new search problems I'm seeing, when I scan a barcode on a CD and then all this generic junk comes up, all the generic CDs with no titles and just says CD in the title, and nothing in their listings have the barcode I scanned. So, and there's just tons of them. Like, it's just a big mess. So what's causing that is beyond me. That was the first time I've ever seen it. So seller offer price does not work for 2+ items. There's been a lot of issues with more than one item when it comes to checkouts and offers and stuff. So that's why the other day I was like glad to see those few bulk orders, because there's been an issue going on with that. There's no eBay bulk shipping labels not generating. I'm not sure. I was thinking that was something else, but not. Girl, your stomach is messed up. All right, let's get into what you guys are talking about on my comments on YouTube. All right, before we get into shipping some of this stuff, which I did have my store duplicated on stamps. That's why I was getting doubles. And it took like 4 times to delete one of them. So I thought I deleted before, but it didn't delete. And the fact that I took 4 times to finally delete it shows me why. So you mentioned promoted. This has been removed from our eBay store. Huh? If you go into Seller Hub and go into, was it marketing and promotions, you can find it there. This is why I was thinking that eBay was broke, since they were removing the promoted listing options. When I tried to relist or end and relist items they were previously promoted, I got an error, but it would still relist the item. I know, I mean, I'm one that's saying that promoted has been messed up for a very long time. Every time I go in to end it and start a new one, it always errors out. It always shows there's a problem literally every time. And when it comes back to, and just the words I was talking about earlier, how I'm promoting at 15%, but how is my promoted impressions up, but it's saying they're down 20%. So none of that's like jiving with each other. It's that I can understand properly, and it's not making sense. So in my opinion, there's promoted listings is probably one of the biggest main problems on eBay. Not the fact that we have to do it, even though most of us don't like it. It's just the fact that it's not working properly. It just doesn't make sense what's going on there. You gonna be okay? Your tummy's talking to us. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not. Poor girl. It's funny to me that you always say the destination of the package. I'm always looking at the destination. Don't know why I find it interesting. I like it just because I love to travel. That's why I like saying it. And if I've been there or someplace sounds interesting, things like that. That's why I wish, and I always wanted to do it, but I just never looked into how, like creating a map for resellers that when an item is shipped somewhere, that it automatically pings the zip code and puts like a virtual pin on a map so you can see all the places you've shipped to. If I could create that and sell it for $10 a pop, I'd probably be a millionaire. Let's see. After category changes, I feel the big swath of my inventory are getting visibility again. That's awesome. I have MQ listings that were selling good that just died. Those items getting views, watchers, and sales again. That's cool. I wish it would happen for me. All right. All right, this is on response to my search thing yesterday. Similar happened to me when they made changes to jewelry categories. eBay advises that by doing it, we didn't make corrections, our listings would not show. If they add a category under description, that would shift all original categories that we added when we listed. I tried to find a list of all the categories that were changing, and the only list I found listed basically everything. I'm like, well, are they changing categories on everything? So I'm like, I just didn't even pay attention to it. That's why I never really talked about it, because I couldn't find no definitive answer on what was actually being changed. Incorrect search results have been coming up over 3 weeks in athletic shoes. If buyers can't find what they want, sales will tank. Yeah, there's been search issues across the whole site for quite a while now. So I was just pointing out a new one that I saw. So same for me. Everything is low dollar. Sales extremely sparse. It's getting worse from day to day. I've been telling myself that's because of the economy or cost of living increases, but the behavior of the site is noticeably weird. Something definitely seems off. Yeah, like I've said before, I don't think it's the economy, at least people are still selling $50, $70, $80 shoes, $100 purses. There's always going to be shoppers, and plus you got to look at it, especially if you ship worldwide. When there's a down economy, it's going to affect only a certain group of people. And then people I guess, say in my position, what it's going to affect is the 401ks and the stocks and stuff like that. But when it comes to putting gas in my car or whatever, I'm just going to eat less food. So people like me or in my position will just shift the money, basically. So it won't necessarily hurt, and we could still buy random things when we want to. We're just shifting, we don't eat eggs anyway type of thing, there's never any eggs in this house. So we just, it's just about shuffling and shifting. And then what gets hurt is the 401k in the future when situations occur like that. So everybody handles it differently depending on what your monetary state is, in life, I guess, and stuff. So, and then, like I said before, a lot of people still want to treat themselves, so they'll buy lower dollar stuff as opposed to higher dollar stuff. That's just like the shift, if you will. So we are the ones that take care of customers, which is why I was finding it interesting when buyers thank eBay for my good work. I think going against the manarchy, etc., is a Generation X thing. We never had faith in the government. I remember starting a big protest in high school against war. I think going against the government's common sense, because especially today, if you see all the lies and all the deceptions that are out there, especially today, in the last couple of years, anybody who's not biased can see the issues. The people who are biased, oh, left, oh, right, oh, left, oh, right, they ignore that stuff. Anybody with a brain who's not biased can see everybody just lies out of their mouth. That's politics. They lie. And if you're not biased, you can see that. So everybody needs to open up their minds and stop being so one-sided or another and realize what the hell's going on, And like I said before, a million times before, people used to hate me several years ago when I said I voted for Trump, I was pushing for Trump 2 years before he even was going to run. Trump needs to run. Trump needs to run. And that's mainly because he's not a politician. I will not vote for a politician. If there's more than one business person or outside person running, then I'm going to look at both of those and decide on which one of those I think would be a better fit. But I will not ever vote for a politician. I just won't. It's not going to happen because that is their job. I want somebody whose their job is not to be a politician. I like the fact that when people who come in like business people, they've made their money. They're only trying to feed their ego. And the way they feed their ego is by making things good or great or better or whatever the case may be. So that's the way I kind of view the outside people. Whether that happens or not, that's another story. But that's how I view it. They're already rich. They don't have to play politics to become rich. So, but now when I say that these days, more people understand why people voted for, somebody who was an outsider, if you will. So it's more acceptable to accept an outsider when it comes to politics. All right, let's get into this. Thankfully, a lot of people have grown up over the last few years. You know what I mean? Then we got this next generation who needs to grow up. Probably needs another couple of years before they start smartening up and realizing how screwed up the system is. All right. On that note, let's get back to work. Biggity boom. All right. Plus, running a business for 21 years, I'm partial to people who run businesses. Not partial, I guess, but intrigued by. I'm more intrigued with business people who run businesses or CEOs and things like that as opposed to a politician. Both of them are crooked in one way or another, but the thing about business people is they use the laws that the government created to get around things. Well, I saw, a quote? I don't know if it was a real quote because I didn't deep dive into it, but it made sense that Elon Musk supposedly said, well, you want me to pay taxes? What do you want me to do? Sell some of my stock? And that's because when you run a business, the best thing to do is not to show any income so you don't have to pay taxes. You're always reinvesting the money into something else or the business or what have you. So that way you're not paying, if your business is doing great, you're not paying taxes on it. You're building it bigger or building another one or, adding on, building, you just keep putting back into the business. And that's the smart way to do it. And that's all done because of laws that the politicians make. But the politicians make those laws because they get the money from the big businesses. So it's all just a circle. So it's all just a circle. Here we go, talking about business and stuff. All right, I just put these up yesterday, I think. American Eagle Outfitter shorts. Headed to Ohio, sold for $8. Took an offer. Yesterday I was taking offers on anything I could, almost, so just had to get some sales somehow. And I was hoping today was going to be the opposite day again, where I go back up to like a $900 day, but we're not looking like it unless something changes. Talkie Belly. Talkie Belly. All right, we are going. Okay, now I got to get reacquainted with stamps since it's been so long since I've used it, almost a month. Okay, and then we do the bag. Thick envelope. Okay, good. Got to get reacquainted to being fast again. Oh, and dang. He used stamps.com last night, or did he not? I told him it's working. Why didn't he use it? He said he didn't do a printout, but he didn't use stamps. Maybe he forgot. Been using pirate ship so long, you forget to. You can go back now. Alrighty, we've got a. Let me make sure this person canceled and then repaid, so I want to make sure I've got the right address it's going to. Yes. Okay. All right, headed to Summerville, South Carolina, and sold for $6. So. So I'm just going to try to look at it. If I make it to 500, I'm at least paying my bills, and there's no reason to be upset or, let that bring me down. So the goal every day is to get to $500 as quick as I can. So what I should do today is jump into one of my storage areas and see if I can find some cherry items that would flip quick to start the day off, whether that's some video game stuff or whatever, just to kick start the day. Get me to that $500 quick. All right, we got a Dorfman Pacific outdoor hat, sold for $8, headed to Austin, Texas. Oh, man. Wait, this ain't the right box. Maybe 10 by 8 by 4. But let me see if it'll fit in here. Yeah, you'll be fine. It's hard to hurt those hats. By 6 by 4. First class. See, that's the good thing about stamps.com. I don't have to put in the dimensions of a box every time. If it's below 1 pound, you don't have to put it in dimensions. Makes it so much nicer. Right, baby girl? You okay? We've got, just put this up the other day, John Mayer concert t-shirt, sold for $12, headed to Arizona. We got a cha-ching at least. Yay. Yay, cha-chings. I see so many of you guys say when you hear that goes off, you think it's yours. It's so funny. I'm messing with y'all. Messing with y'all. Alrighty, we've got Perlman or Perler. Some of those, I guess you glue beads together to create toys. Sold for $12. It's something Jan picked up over at the Benz. Headed to Erie, Colorado. Next up, we've got a Masters baseball cap headed to Denver, Colorado, sold for $9.50. So I'm trying to debate then today, if things don't pick up, maybe I end my promotions and restart them, see if that will do anything. Maybe end my sales, restart them, see if that does anything. Just get a little shake up going, you know. Shake up. Shake it up. Shake it up. 6.5. Like today's shirt, this one actually has meaning. I've had Chargers and Challengers. I had one of the first SRT Challengers when they re-released them. Was it 08, I think? But during this time I had, was it 16, or Challenger, I should say, sorry. And if I didn't say that, 08 Challenger. So I think I had a 16, a 392 limited Charger when Gas Monkey and Dodge did a thing at Gas Monkey where if you take your car there, you get to see Motley Crue inside Gas Monkey Live. So I got to see Motley Crue on a little stage in a bar, basically, which was cool. But it was like just a big Dodge car show down in Dallas. So you got the Motley Crue, Gas Monkey, and the Dodge thing. Let me open that door for you? I'm going to go open the door for her real quick. Just in case she got poo-poo or eat some grass. Alrighty. Next up, we got Destin, Florida. Kids hat. Sold for $7.77. Headed to Tucson, Arizona. Tucson, Arizona. I guess crooked was the wrong word to use earlier. Like everybody's crooked. Everybody abuses their power. How about that? Because they do it legally. That's why nobody ever gets charged. They abuse their power via the loopholes and laws of government. That sounds better. Don't want to accuse anybody who didn't do anything. By law, anyway. Or by loophole. All right. Club car, play to win. I guess that's a golf thing, maybe. Yeah, probably Imperial brand. Sold for $9.50. Headed to Tappan, New York. Tappan. Where's my skizzers? Where's my skizzers at? There they are. You know what? Everybody abuses their power. I won't say everybody, but most people. If you work at a fast food restaurant and you're not supposed to drink free soda, you probably drink free soda. You know what I mean? Everybody in one way or another abuses their power. Most of the time it's just overlooked or okayed, if you will. Like nobody's going to complain if somebody drinks tons of soda while they're working, I guess. Trying to think, how did I ever abuse? Have I ever abused any power in the jobs that I worked at? I sold free promos. You're not technically supposed to do that, but of course it's never been. It was challenged in court one time in, I think, the early 2000s, and the person won. Somebody on eBay used to sell a lot of promos. Well, everybody always did. But this one person supposedly had a lot of promos. So the record company tried to sue him because it always says return to, this property belongs to the record label, et cetera, et cetera. And the one thing I remember, the judge asked the record labels, how many of those have you ever recalled to come back to you guys? And the answer was 0. So it was thrown out of court, basically. Or it was thrown out or they didn't win, basically. And obviously from there on, that course set the precedence at selling promos, which fine. All right, we got a LRG t-shirt. The brains of the operation. Sold for $13.30, headed to Chicago. But I used to get free promos. We all did. And when there was something that anybody else didn't want, I'd always take them and then take them down to another record store and exchange them for credit there. So the thing about, if you weren't involved in behind the scenes or even know of a record store if you're so young, like record stores, probably even to this day, I haven't been into any in a while because there ain't very many left, but I always got a kick out of most of the employees thought they were the shiznit, if you will. He worked in a record store and everybody else was peons and knew nothing about music, right? And so many people would treat people like that. And I enjoyed walking into other record stores and people not knowing that I work at one or whatever. And they just act all snooty like they're the top dogs or whatever. I always got a kick out of that stuff. But there was always definitely like an ego thing in record stores back in the day. Shout in Your Face cassette, sold for $6.30, staying in the area, headed to St. Clair, Missouri. Or at least staying in the state, if you will. So I always tried to avoid being that person because there were so many people like that. I was aware of it. Didn't want to be it. Didn't want to be it. Didn't want to be it. Next up, Major League 2 on DVD. Sold for $6, headed to Los Angeles. Boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Get in there. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm going to look, see where I'm at, because we had a couple of sales come in. They're at $74. Now at $171. at 1038. That's a positive. What sold? That was that big. Because I only heard two, right? Two cha-chings? A $30 polo shirt and a $35 Pabst Blue Ribbon hat. There we go. At least it ain't all the cheap stuff just selling today. That's a positive. Nice. Quick $65. I like it. I likes it a lot. Next up, we've got a great album from 1987. Bad, bad boys. Running on the moonlight. Bad, bad boys. Pew, White Snake. Self-titled 1987 album. Sold for $6. Headed to Las Vegas, Nevada. With most songs written by the great John Sykes. Let me see if they give him credit on these songs. Special thanks. Doesn't tell you who. Oh, it should at the end of each song. All songs written by Coverdale and Sykes. But Sykes was like the music, basically. So, very underrated musician. I think he's since retired. Recently, actually. From playing music. I think that's what I read. I'm surprised nobody ever invited him onto like the Monster Rock cruises and stuff. Because all metalheads know who he is, but yet he's never really, I guess, made a lot of money touring or anything just because he was never mainstream. Would have fit in perfect. Maybe he was, and I just never paid attention. I don't know. The core DVD sold for $6. Headed to Prescott, Arizona. Bad, bad, bad boys. I got a hair or a booger tickling me. Probably a hair. I hope it's just a hair, not a booger hanging under my nose. Now my stomach's talking. What's up with that? You ever notice that, though, when somebody else's stomach starts making noises, yours will too also? Almost kind of like a yawn, right? It seems like it's contagious for some reason. Next up, we've got Vietnam veteran U.S. Air Force pin. Sold for $11.30. Headed to El Mirage, Arizona. See, now my stomach's starting. You ever wonder who's going to buy all the like World War II hats and the Vietnam vet hats once everybody's passed away? And why didn't you print? Like it's just going to be turned totally into a collector's market as opposed to people who actually were there represented. Courtney's out there barking. Why didn't you print? You were supposed to print. You didn't do. You got one job to do. You see, one job. You print. That's your only job. Print. So now you must reprint. And you pre-printed wrong. That's not what I'm looking for here. What is this? There's no barcode on this. I don't get it. I don't understand what you're doing here. Why are you messing up on me? This ain't funny anymore. Huh. Wait, that's odd. Why are you coming out crooked? me see what's going on here. 5.6 thermal printer. Manual feed, everything looks fine. It's showing it's supposed to be like, but it's coming out sideways for some reason. Huh. That's odd. I guess one ain't gonna hurt. Huh. Let's make sure. See what happens next then. We got a Monsters Inc. Paintball Panic PC game. So for $377, headed to Poway, California. Need some mailers. Very odd. I shouldn't have sealed that. I need to resurface that. I have to take that up. Need to resurface. First class 2-4. All right, come out right, please. Everything's showing right. Huh, so it's just on the reprint. Weird. It's never done that before. I don't know. Very odd, I say. Very odd. Corona. One not getting scanned ain't gonna hurt, I guess. So for $818, headed to Montana. Oh, we got one international at least. Israel. I did turn that international thing back on, but it really hasn't. Because you basically got to have, all my items are set up for international shipping anyway with the business policies. And I saw the video that in order for that to work, you have to put it on no international shipping. So that's probably why it didn't affect my account in any way. And then I saw the prices of what someone would pay for under 1 ounce. And the only one that was cheaper was UK. It was about $1.50 cheaper. Everything else was a lot more expensive. Japan was $22 or something like that. I'm like, I can send it for $12. Why would I use that for? And that was just what the international, that wasn't the charge, I guess, to go from here to eBay. That was just the charge to go from eBay internationally. So it would have been a $4 or $5 on top of that. So technically none of them were cheaper overall, but. So we just got this Army, the jacket, green Army hat, headed to Israel. Sold for $9. So, after seeing that search issue yesterday, that just kind of verifies how screwed up the search still is. If new mess ups are happening. Heard that cha-ching. All right, first class 6.3. Baby girl. Hold on, I'm brain farting right now. Oh, that's right, because I don't use this for international. That's why I'm brain farting. I'm like, wait a minute, why? Where's the scan form? It's because I use it. Pirate ship for international. Duh. Gotta get back into my routine. Throwing me off. All right, 6-3. 6-3. Not 882. Hat. Boom. All right. Confusing me a little bit there. Which sometimes isn't hard to do. What was that? Cha-ching. T-shirt. The kids Chicago Cubs or Chicago White Sox t-shirt. All right. Next up, move that. We've got a Carter Girls Reversible Bucket Hat. Headed to Processor, Washington, sold for $9.50. You feel that, red girl? Sound quieter for at least a moment. Don't hear your belly talking. Belly talk. I know your belly talk. Glenn Miller Orchestra, Swing Time, DVD. Glenn, when you say swing, what exactly are you meaning there? Are you sure we're talking about music? Or do you got some other fantasies going on? And that was my stomach. Sold for $6, headed to Littleton, Massachusetts. Littleton, Massachusetts. Littleton, Massachusetts. Oh, da, 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 da. Littleton, Massachusetts. 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 Littleton, Massachusetts. Oh, da, 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 da. Massachusetts. I need a 45 mailer. 45 mailer. Come for me, Mr. Mailer. No, I don't want to go. Yes, you're gonna go. No, I don't want to go. Yes, you're gonna go. No, I don't want to go. You're gonna go whether you like it or not. I don't want to go. Yes, you do. No, I don't want to go. Oh. Headed to Simeon Valley. You're going to California. I don't want to go to California. You're going to California whether you like it or not. I don't want to go. So for $5, we've got Lexington Midnight. Stop it. Midnight Riders 45. You're going to go. Get in there. No, stop it. This is abuse. This is abuse. This is mailer abuse. No, it's not. You were made for this. You are going. Cordy's looking at me like, what the hell are you doing? All right. Sometimes I just have to amuse myself. All right, George Gershwin. Tape one of a Reader's Digest. Thing sold for $4, headed to Brooklyn. So see, your belly stopped, and you got mine going now. Is that fair? That's not fair. You passed it on to me, so you don't have to deal with it. I'll take it for you. I'd rather it be my belly than your belly. Oh, I didn't hide that yawn just so you would have to yawn too now. Because sometimes I like to be mean and pass my yawns on to others. All right, Royal Caribbean Vintage Visor sold for $7. Headed to New Bern, North Carolina. And I'm probably going to need a bigger box. But we will try this first, even though I know it won't fit. I need a bigger box. The bigger box. The bigger box. Where you made them fall. All right. First class 6x9. Or 6.9, I should say. All right, that is all. Let's see where we're at. We were at 171. We had one cha-ching. We're at 187. So that was at least positive there, right? Why did I put you there? Oh, because you're the big box. All right. 187. I can live with that. For now. As long as you keep coming in. Keep those sales rolling, rolling, rolling. I am getting ready to hit 15,000 subscribers on YouTube. How freaking cool is that? 60 shy. Can we get to that 15,000 today? Probably not, because I usually don't do 60 subscribers in one day. But I've been my revenue's been over 1,500 for 3 days in a row now. So I'm halfway to my little goal, if you will, of 3,000 a month on YouTube, which is kind of cool. So hit that halfway point finally, so that's kind of neat. So, and of course, I got all you guys to thank for all that stuff. So thank you, thank you, thank you. That's pretty cool. All the new subs, all the OGs, and everyone in between. Please like, subscribe, and all that jive. I got nothing else that rhymes. All right, we're a little short. Well, we're right on time today, aren't we? Nice. Nice, nice, nice. All right. Well, I'm going to go to the post office, figure out what I want to do for lunch. Can you tell any difference yet? I'm getting there. I haven't been able to go exercise. I don't want to leave her by herself alone in the house until not yet. You know, she still kind of goes out front and looks for Vern, I think. Still smelling his areas. So I leave her alone when I go to the post office for 15, 20 minutes or whatever. I know there's a hair there somewhere. But I want to leave her alone for an hour or 2 hours if nobody else is here. So hopefully I can start exercising soon. So I've just been cutting back on the food, of course. do got grapes now in the house. Maybe I'll eat grapes for lunch. Anyway. All right. Thanks everybody for watching. Thank you. Appreciate all the support and the love and all that good stuff. And hope you guys have a good sales day. I don't know. Maybe I'll try to find something inspirational for a evening video or something a little different. Maybe I'll do like like what I want to do live with, like, we search eBay live together and find stuff that we don't know about or learn new about. So maybe I'll do like a non-live version of that and just play with the idea a little bit, so that when I do go live with it, it'll have somewhat of a structure maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'll play with that a little bit today. Because I've been wanting to do it for a while now, just never really did it. So maybe we'll do that. Maybe I'll do that. Oh, we'll see. All right. Thanks everybody for watching. And I will see you all in the next video. Later.